Hello everybody, Amyte here and welcome back to another episode of the ATM 8 Let's Play. I've been using external storages to house all my items, and I actually don't have a proper storage system in my disk drive actually. I'm not really sure how this will work, but I did set up auto crafting all the way to 4 million storage parts, so I can store up to 4 million items. Of course, we have to start with 1k and then craft up to 4k, then 16, so on and so forth. So we go all the way up to 1 mil and then 4 mil. The biggest bottleneck was silicon, which is quartz in a furnace. And then also the quartz itself, which now we have a lot of because we set up the quartz farm from last episode. And then the rest of these processors and such, I already have made the auto crafts for them. So I think all I really have to do is just push craft, and it will probably take a bit of time. We could probably watch the process happen here. Look at all these items. Oh my gosh. But I think this is one of the most rewarding parts though of setting up auto crafting, because you had to make all these patterns and then you had to make them go all down the line so that they can all combine into one thing. There it is, the 4 million storage part, and it can go in like higher. What's the highest disk drive I can make? 6k 2.2, the infinite. Okay, that's cool. Do we want to make an infinite storage? Like, we could. It's okay, we can hold the 4 for now. So to put the disk in, we just need a new storage housing, which is the advanced storage housing, and then we just combine all of that into a disk. And we'll just dump it right here. Of course, we just have to dump all of this stuff in, and then it will just transfer into this disk. I don't know what's been going on, but ATM 8 has been capping on RAM, and it freezes every so often because it does that. So if anybody has some suggestions on what it could possibly be, I would greatly appreciate it so that I can just continue playing without any interruptions. You know, I put so much work into building farms that are functional, but never have I actually focused on the aesthetics of stuff because I've been so focused on the progression of this mod pack. So I feel like what I need to do first before we proceed with the episode is to make everything all nice and pretty. Before we get started though, I kinda wanna run the chunk destroyer again. Not that I'm short on resources or anything, but I kinda just wanted to see the factory run properly for the first time after setting all of this up. And also, it's something for my world to do while I go decorating and building. Oh, let it begin, everyone. Let's head back real quick. I want to see. Oh, that's beautiful. And then in here, everything's coming in. Yeah. Things are getting filled up in here and they're getting transferred out. There's nothing in here as well. Excellent. Let's get building. Oh man, I think this has been the longest time that I have done between recordings because I have just been redecorating everything. I haven't finished it all yet, but I think I've done enough so that we can move on. So let me take you around the place. Starting with the Silent Gear Netherwood farm, I took out everything so that we don't have random machines around. I took out the tree farm and replaced it with the Starlight Chargers. I think they look amazing, and these blocks are really cool. I think it adds a little bit of mystical magicalness. You can see there's a couple of little paths paths here just leading around the place. Over here in the mining dimension, I decided to just kind of make something silly. It's a really silly face, and I couldn't figure out a good shape for it, so I just kind of went with a general dome shape. But there's a structure in here now. And one minor upgrade that I did actually is that I upgraded all of the crafters at the back of this room to netherite tiers. So they're at the highest tier imaginable. They are very, very fast. At 125x speed. What's something that I want to craft en masse right now? Yeah, let's say an oak chest. So I want to make, say, how many stacks this is? I don't know. Anyways, and here we go. And it's done. So it is so fast. It's amazing. And then over here, I'm still currently farming springalines, but I'm going to replace some of the blocks here with the blue ones. And over here, this is the thing that took the most time, is that I built a pagoda for my mystical agriculture farm. This is what the inside looks like. It's not very detailed, but there's the start of it for now. So all 3 floors are here. And then I didn't put any windows in for the upstairs one so that I could leave easier. This thing took so much time, and it made me really reconsider how much time I actually wanted to spend building things in this playthrough. Because the thing is, I'm actually trying to get this done soon, but I don't want it to be completely ugly. So that's why over here, I actually made the Automat Star building in the inside of this mountain. If you recall, like really early on in the series, this used to be a mountainous, hilly area. I dug all that out, I flattened it, and I made it all pretty. I'm gonna decorate it some more later. And then this is how the Automat Star is going to be created. I've never played with these mechanical crafters in Create, but from what I see is that these gears that are on the sides of them need to be powered by rotational force. And I thought a good one that we can use is maybe the electric motor. So I want to give this a try. We're going to have to set this up with the star. So let's see here. What's the recipe like? It's 3, 4, 3, 1. So if we do, yeah, let's go here. 3, 4, oh, no, it's 3, 5, 3, 1. I just read it wrong. So there's a brass plate on every part here. The andesite is at the top, and then the copper spool is around the top 3. In the center is a metal rod, and then at the bottom here is a capacitor. Then we have to configure it so that the items go into each other, which I think we have. Yeah, so everything converges into this depot over here. I'm just gonna use the small, large cogwheel trick to put some rotational force. It appears this contraption is overstressed. Add more sources or slow down the components with a high stress impact. My question is, what can we use to power this? Because I don't think there's a lot of options. If I search for stress capacity, there's a hand crank, a water wheel, the creative motor, which I can't use, a large water wheel, which is still small. Windmill bearing goes up to medium, okay. And then steam engine seems to be the best. And, oh boy, that looks like a lot of multi-block stuff to learn. I do want to see what happens if I add a second water wheel. See what happens. Overstressed. I don't really understand. And maybe the reason why is because all of these mechanical crafters are, together. So let's go ahead and knock out some crafters so that they're not attached to what we're trying to make right now. So let's see what happens if I bring this over here then, and maybe I'll attach it to a large cogwheel this time. Did I miss? Looks like I missed. Or we can't use a large cogwheel, we have to use a small one instead perhaps. Overstressed as well. Okay, I finally got it working, and I kind of realized I forgot a bunch of crafters were still attached, so they did have an impact on the performance of whatever this is, but 4 water wheels and not having my gears spinning super fast seems to have done it. I'm so over water wheels and stuff though. Let's actually try and upgrade this. I hope we can go up to the steam engine, but also I feel like the electric motor should help a lot. You know, put everything back in and then attach it all by the single gear, and we should be able to see everything come to action slowly but surely. Why did that happen? Oh, I see. This was not configured properly. Let's see if we can make this catch up real quick. It doesn't look like it. Oh no, what's gonna happen now? This is really cool, first of all. It's also just very slow, but yeah, it didn't work. Okay, let's try this again. Finally, our last item, which is this guy. Okay, I see. It doesn't start until the recipe is completed. This is really cool. I wonder if I could do this faster, but I'm not gonna concern myself with that right now. Just the fact that I can make it, I'm pretty happy already. All right, so it's made. And then it gets exported right here. Oh, that's sick. All right, what do we do with this? Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. Let's see what happens if we take out the depot as well. And then what happens afterwards? It just pops off. Okay. All right. I had to look it up a little bit, but as it turns out, electric motors, how they work is that they can only power up to 16 crafters. And if you need more than 16 crafters in your multi-block craft, then you have to add an additional electric motor. So with 55 mechanical crafters, I basically need 4. But as you can see, this doesn't really look that good. And I would prefer to have 5 to make it symmetrical. At the moment, I currently have these spinning at 128 as the setting. Let's see if I can reach there. Let's see, right here. Yeah, so the max you can get up to is 256, but this looks already pretty fast enough. I very much would like to see how the speed is now that we have 4 electric motors for this system. So we're gonna craft the 5th one this way, and interesting. So I think I actually have to disconnect everything. Let's just do it up here then. And oh my goodness, that is fast. Holy crap. So there we go. We have our star craftings all set up now. We're going to make the first component of the ATM Star, which is the Patrick Star. We have the materials, or we should have the materials to create everything that we need. We'll start things off with the red concrete powder here. We're short on the dyes, but this is why we made a mystical agriculture dye farm, so that way we don't have to farm random flowers, and it just kind of gets annoying that way. So we just need 16 in total. Then the next color we need is magenta, and I believe we'll need 26 of them. So this many. And then we will need 16 green concrete powder, 2 lime concrete powder as well. Now, some of these need to be converted into actual concrete. The pink concrete, 13 magenta concrete, and finally we need 8 green concrete. And if I followed the picture or the recipe correctly, I'm looking at a picture of the recipe right now. I think I built it correctly. But oh man, if this works, I'm actually gonna do it. I'm on my way to creating the ATM Star. You know, just 2 versions behind of, Automods, but let's see. Oh, it's happening. Oh, look at that. We made the Patrick Star. Here on out, anything we craft for this giant ATM Star recipe, we're gonna stick it into here so we can look at the progress. With the Patrick Star, it goes right here. That's our first component created. And as a reward, we get a couple of weird things. We get a random reward. What do we get? Redstone site. That's not that useful, which is unfortunate. But we do get these little pedestals and what do you call it? I guess weapons to showcase that you finished that part. And I built this little shrine thingy here to commemorate it. So we're going to just put it right here. We're doing it. We're actually doing it. I'm actually going to make an Audemars Star. I'm actually going to complete a mod pack for once. Oh my gosh. And it doesn't stop there, because in the span of building everything, I have collected over 4,300 Insanium, which should be enough to create the creative essence. If I don't, then that would just be a little ridiculous. We're gonna make a brand new infusion crystal because I want to keep this one for my own use. So start from here, and then we go to here, but we have to create this, so we just do that, and that. Then we go up a tier this way, then we collect it all here, and then we take a Supremium, and then we take a Master, which is just the Insanium. Okay, so now we have 2 of these. Next is probably these Insanium blocks, since we only need to make 4 of them just like that. And then these gemstones, though, we need to make 9 times 4, which is 36. So let's just go ahead and click until I get to that number. I don't know how to pull out specific numbers from crafting within refined storage, so if anyone knows how to do that, I'd appreciate that. So once we have those 96, then we just craft it all, and there is our first official Audemars Star component, a Master of Creation and Tier 4 stack upgrade. I'll take that. And this goes in the bottom right corner. I want to craft a star from the outside going inwards. And to make these alloy blocks, we just have to energize a bunch of automondium, unobtainium, and pigliches. And that requires 8.1 billion FE, which I don't really have the capacity to do. But I still want to set that up. But the first thing I want to do is the other part, is the inner layer, which is these nether star blocks. If I'm not mistaken, this is 15 nether star block 3 times compressed. So that's 9 to the power of 3 times 15, which is why we are going to build some wither star builders over here. We're going to use hostile neural networks, which is something I've never played with, but I know roughly what the thing is about. We are basically just simulating kills with a computer and then spitting out loot that way. I was playing around with this mod a little tiny bit when I was trying to farm mimics. It didn't really go well. I just have these data models for it still. But instead, what we need to do is we need to create a data model for the wither. We need to make some of these model frameworks here. So I'm going to make 4 of these. So we have to get this wither to spawn. And then once we get it, we just right click the wither with these data models. There we go. And then once we get that, we can put the models in here. And then after we're done, we just kill the wither. If I hit shift for the details here, it says I killed 1 of 6, and then I upgrade to basic in the next tier. So basically the idea is that you want to kill a bunch of withers so that you can tier up this data model so that you can get better results when you're trying to fabricate loot from it. And we'll set up a few of these to make it a little bit easier, but effectively we just kind of have to just kill a bunch of withers. At this point, I feel like I've killed so many withers on camera now. I'm gonna miss that one. Oh, that sucks. Oh, wait, no, I got it. Gotta kill the stragglers. Come on. Get back here. I can't let you get out of here. But you saw that as I was killing them, I was getting the kills registered, right? So that's basically the idea. I forgot how many tiers, but we definitely want to continue killing more. I need nether stars anyways for some stuff I want to do in the power room. So we might as well just get this done and collect some nether stars right now. Whoa. How do I have so many nether stars? Wait, did I? No. Did I loot Pinata a wither? Oh no, shot. That is sick. Last wither until we level up superior. And now we are self-aware. Ah, so once we get to this tier, we can't go any higher. Now, how does this work? I believe we need to... Yes, we need to put a data model into the simulation chamber. It's missing some prediction matrices, so let's do that. System energy levels critical. Yes, it does need power. Then that created a ender prediction and a wither prediction. Oh, and then we put it in the loot fabricator. Oh, I get it now. This means I sort of have to create some sort of auto crafting system and item organization piping system with several of these simulation chambers and loot fabricators. So I will go ahead and do that. And I will be right back. Okay, I think I created a pretty cool design. I made it look like this. I'm basically modeling it after the way to summon a wither itself. And basically how it works is that I just have 3 modular routers carrying the items all over wirelessly. And all you really have to do is just put a prediction matrix in here. And once it finishes loading the simulation and get the loot collected, just give it a second here. So it generates both of them, and then I have one modular router that pulls one of the items out, and the other one pulls the other one out. And then I have a third modular router that dumps it into this drawer over here. And then the other item gets sent to this drawer at the back just to be dumped. I think that's a pretty cool design. I do have to hide a couple of things, you know, behind it all. But the important thing is that it's tileable. So I made a set of 4 over here. And the way it's powered is that I just have an ender gate attached to 2 cables at the back. I want to see if it's possible to pull items from my external storage into this system over here. I'm not necessarily sure how that's going to work, but we can give it a try. All right, look at that. I figured out a way to make it look really nice and pretty. So I have a modular router here with a puller module and a distributor module. So this router is basically putting in these prediction matrices into these simulation chambers. I put a network receiver into an exporter. And from the exporter, I have it pulling these items out of my storage to go into this auto crafter here, and I made it redstone controlled so that whenever I do want this to be on, I just flip the switch and stuff gets pulled up and the chest gets filled up. Oh ho 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 ho. Look at this. This is so beautiful. 4 nether star generators working automatically, well, semi-automatically, and we're already at 237, 238 wither stars, with nether stars. What is it called again? Nether stars, yes. Oh my goodness. It is 2 a.m. I'm so sorry, but I wanted to get this done. I'm looking at my energy storage and it hasn't moved one bit. I found out modular routers actually have a void upgrade, so instead of sending it to a drawer back here and hide it away, I just delete them. Another thing I thought about was maybe I could have just put an item pipe under this loot fabricator and extracted the nether stars that way, but then I realized if I did that, then I would ruin the 3 modular router design. So I decided to just keep it that way. So it's just a little bit inefficient and an extra puller and sender module. But I am just really proud that I actually designed this myself. I'm actually just really surprised that my energy is keeping up. But again, in the recipe here, it costs 8.1 billion FE to create these alloy blocks. If we do it by the ingot, it's 1 billion FE. I would like my energy generation and storage to increase as well. So you know what? Let's go ahead and make, I don't know, let's do another 14 of these thermo generators. I have a lot of passive power generation now. So that's cool, but I want more storage. Right now, this is like a 3x3 array of ender cells. I kind of want like a 5x5x5. Oh, something interesting is happening. I'm losing energy for some reason. Wait, I'm actually so confused now. What's going on? Okay, weirdly enough, I just had to save and quit and then come back, and then that sort of fixed it. I'm starting to find like little bits and pieces of my world that's being problematic, like the automatium network transceiver and receiver bugging out, and the game hitting full RAM every so often, and then now it's that power generation thing. So I better get this done before my entire world just sort of implodes on itself. But yeah, we're going to expand this multi-block into a 5x5x5 now. We'll just expand what we have at the current moment. So I think this has nothing, right? So we can put this in. See, here's the problem. I don't know how to find the difference between if a thing has a battery stuck in it or not. Weirdly enough, if I hold shift, these things light up, and then I can just dump them into the network like that. So do I really need all of these blocks, actually? Oh. You really... you didn't need all of these blocks. Whoops. That is really embarrassing. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Okay, case in point, though, this still means I'd like to craft a whole bunch of batteries. I'm gonna go for a greedy 100 batteries, simply because I have the nether stars now. While we wait for all those batteries to craft, though, there is another way to make nether stars, and it is kind of cheaty, but I think I'll allow myself to do it because, frankly, 10,000 nether stars does not sound fun. Anyways, this is it. So I installed a basement floor, and over here I'm growing redstone because there's this item called the Tome of Alcahestry, and basically this is a duplication thing. This tome will take either glowstone or redstone, and it will use them so that you can create multiples of any item that you want in this list. So I have a really big patch of land filled with redstone. The ingredients for this craft isn't that bad, but the one thing that we don't have is this Eye of the Storm. I believe I do have a trident in my chest somewhere. Let's see. Tools and armor. Ah, yes. I never play with tridents, but I think the enchantment we're looking for is... Oh, there it is, channeling, but I just realized I created life mending on this, so whoops. Ooh, Ars Nouveau has a ritual to make it rain, so we'll do that, and then we'll throw a piece of lapis in. Hello? Okay. Wait, what? Oh, I need a lapis block. Let's just quickly do that. Right here. Throw it in. Cool. There's one right here. Let's do it. Yes, nice. And now let's kill it. And easy. Eye of the Storm. Got it. There we go. Just like that. So this is another way to generate nether stars. It's not working as fast as I thought it would. What we'll do is we'll add an extra... Oh god, it's so laggy. What the hell? We'll add an extra recipe here to convert all of these to blocks. And then we'll just change the recipe here so that it does redstone blocks instead. This brings an interesting problem now. We do need a nether star in here so that it crafts the duplication, but then if I set this to external, the tome gets outputted this way. We'll fix this by putting an extra pipe here. Oh, we can't do it here because I have this set to transfer out here, so why don't we output from here instead? Then we'll have this extract here. So that way the tome just gets reinserted into the thing. Oh gosh, that's terrible. And then we'll just set this internally so that way to get charge it stays inside. But then if I wanted to duplicate, I'll set this to external. And I think in order to make this work, we also have to filter it so that this only will accept a tome. Just add this to the whitelist. Remove the NBT data this way. Now the nether stars are getting extracted this way. Since it duplicates a star, both stars go into the output. So if I set this to external, I basically lose a nether star every time there's a craft. Eventually what happens is that I run out of nether stars in this input. And I guess a remedy would be to just sort of like get a pipe here and just sort of circle it back. This could be doable. If I just save all the slots here and make it so that only one slot of nether stars are allowed, and then I just rehook this thing back so that it just cycles over and over again, I think I can actually make this automated that way. We'll just have this pumping in nether stars all the time, which I don't like the idea of because this means we're causing tick updates this way. But if I just do this, this should fix it. Yeah, there we go. That solves the problem. This is so jank. How's our battery situation, by the way? Are they all done? Ah, yes, they are. I'm just gonna shove all these batteries in here. And all in total, I made it so that I have a 250 billion FE storage bank at 8.1 billion FE to craft this, though. This is going to take a considerable amount of time. In the time that I spend editing, say, like this episode and future episodes, I can just let the energy passively generate, and I can slowly make all these blocks, because we're not doing like a speed run or anything, right? So I don't really mind just waiting out all the energy required to make all these unobtainium aldemodium alloy blocks then. According to the manual, how big is a nitro reactor? It's 2 million FU per tick. Oh, that actually might be worth it then. You know what? I still got space around here. Let's go build it. And because I can and I'm lazy, we're going to set up an autocraft for this. All right, there we go. 36 reactor casings. And we went down the entire line. Let's see what kind of good stuff we get. Probably nothing too important, I'll be honest. But it's just nice to complete these quests. All right, what do we get here? Not that great. Okay, if we do this now, will we get it? Yes, but it built itself into one block out. Okay, so I guess we placed the center. We're just gonna try again. There we go. Okay, now this works. Perfect. All right, so we have a nitro tiered reactor. I think the first thing I want to do is make some dry ice. You can use this to cool the reactor down, and I think it's the best coolant that we have. So how do we create this? It's just 2 blue ice together. Okay, blue ice, 4 stacks. Yeah, let's do 4 stacks for now. Let's make an auto crafting recipe, and then we'll just run it. All right, I got the dry ice, so I'm just gonna put this in here just to see what happens. And then you can also put redstone and coal to increase the efficiency in production. It says right here, generating 100k FE per tick. I didn't realize I could be pumping water into this reactor as well, so I just put a bucket in there for now. But now the power generation seems to have gone up as well, up to 230k now and rising. So that was a mistake. Whoops. Yeah, it even says here, solid coolant requires liquid coolant to work. Is there a way I can sort of just input everything though? Let's just say like here, and then let's grab another stack of redstone, and then we'll grab a stack of coal blocks. Like if I do something like this, will it just automatically input the stuff in for me? Oh, it will. Okay, so that's how we can top it off then. I'm just gonna stuff all the uraninite that I have from my storage. We're just gonna run the reactor and let the thermal generators fill up the 250 bill so that we just have that banked and ready to go. After doing a bunch of editing, look, it's all filled up. And look here as well. 10,400 nether stars, and I think I have like 2,000 in storage right now. Yeah, I do. So I have enough for all of the outside edges of the nether star. Oh, wait, no, I still have to make these blocks. If I counted correctly, this should be 28 around this edge. And then as well, we need piglet hearts, which I already farmed manually myself. Of course, we're gonna go set an auto crafting pattern for this. Wait, I made a mistake. The recipe goes here. I completely forgot. I want 28 of these. Bring it on. Oh, it looks like it's gonna take some time. I'm just going to directly link up the cable so that it does it. Yeah, okay, that makes it a little bit faster. Let's go make those nether star blocks. I'm going to pump out everything with a item pipe into a backpack. I don't want to set up some sort of remote storage just for this, so we're just gonna dump everything out through a pipe upgrade here. I finally have a use for this. This is an importer, and we just dump the importer in here, and then everything from the backpack will be taken and sucked into my main storage. Again, I've already made the autocraft recipes for it, and so I should have enough. You need 15. How am I missing 100,000? What? Oh no. It's a third, but I took it as 9 to the power of 3. No, it's actually 9 to the power of 4 nether stars. I have to farm close to 100,000 nether stars. Who decided to do that? Well, I suppose I will just watch these get charged up, and then I'll go watch some paint dry or something, because this is going to take much longer than I thought it was going to. No matter then, we shall continue, and I am working on the unobtainium vibranium alloy block here, so it's just a very similar recipe. Also takes 8.1 billion FE, so just gonna wait for this to finish firing. Now we must awaken the block. It just means paying 3 times the price of how much it costed originally, so whatever. And just finish dumping the rest of the elements, and after a short period of time, voila! Awakened unobtainium vibranium alloy block. Try saying that 3 times fast. And here comes the second one. Boom. Let's go ahead and place these. Oh, I'm so excited. The star is actually gonna be started. 1, 2, 3. And then in the same line as Patrick's star, 1 right here and 1 right here. It's happening. It's really happening. But you know what? For now, I am going to call it an episode because so much has been done. And we are a little bit over time for this episode. I'm going to cut it here. We're going to continue it next time. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll see you next time, all right? Take care. Bye-bye.